Hello everyone, this is Mythbuilder, and once again I'm joined by,
Kaiser Finney. Hi, everyone.
and we are going to be playing some Invisible Ink. So when we left off last time, we pulled off a Nanofab vestibule mission, and we got a lot of cool stuff. We got an additional predictive brawling, which I want to put on Draco, but I don't have any slots for him. Um, Crybaby we got from earlier, the Flash Grenade we got from earlier. Oh yeah, we got a new disruptor for Central, which is really cool, and we got her a biogenic dart. So Central is like armed and ready. Draco, not so much. Well, he has his neural disruptor 3. I don't think he needs much more than that. Alright, so let's look at the mission map. So we have another vestibule mission. It's a level 3 because we're on day 3 right now. We have an executive terminals, server farm, security dispatch, another security dispatch, and a plastic cybernetics lab. So Kaiser, I'm thinking we definitely need to hit this cybernetics lab before the day is out.
Mm, let's see. How many hours until? Oh, actually, it's just the start of the third day.
Yeah. So we can probably do 2 missions, and I'm thinking that we hit the security dispatch, probably get something
Mhm.
cool, and then hit the cybernetics lab. Alternatively, as you suggested last time, we could hit this server farm, and then maybe get like the last program for Incognita, probably like a Daemon Sniffer. I think that would be
Mhm.
appropriate, or maybe something like Abacus 2.0, but we don't have the money for Abacus 2.0.
Hmm. Right. Credits are an issue.
Oh, it's not bad. Like like to hit server farms when I'm at 1K, and we're slightly short of 1K. So we'll probably hit at least a 1 or 2 safes, and that should be good enough for the thing. Um, so I think we're good on equipment for now. So I think we should hit the server farm. Hopefully, we can find that
Mhm.
last program that'll really help us out, and then hit the cybernetics lab and get slots for Draco and Central. Okay.
Sounds good. Are you hoping for something like a Taurus? Because you said Demon Sniffer. Uh, what would
Damon's,
be?
Damon's. I want Damon Sniffer because I actually do want to break things with Damon's on them. Because of Central's ability. Taurus would just like move them around, which isn't really. I just need to make sure that a Damon is not validate. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to be dealing with validate because validate is too scary.
Actually, it seems like the guards that are ported into Validate, they just go on normal patrols and are pretty clueless until higher alarm levels, and that's when things escalate.
Absolutely. Okay, so server farm. Nice. We finally hear a line from Draco. It's a good one. Nice little vampire there. Did we agree? Like, is he like a Toreador? You said Ventrue.
Because, yeah, but Torador makes most sense because he's an actor.
Is he an actor? I thought Prism was the actor.
Wait, is he an actor or a writer?
Oh, yeah, he's a writer.
Ah, uh, well, he's certainly not Tremere. Otherwise, he would level this facility. Uh,
Tremere OP.
Not necessarily. They can still get beaten silly by Bruja or a Gangrel. Never mess with a Gangrel.
Alright, so
Their second le-
we heard a guard over here and a pulse drone here. So gotta be careful of those. But yeah, continue.
How do you know it was specifically a pulse drone?
Um, because of the pulse. They do that
Ah,
nice little like pulse thing. Camera drones don't do that. It could be another thing that does a pulse. It could be a scan grenade, but I don't think there's an enforcer at level security level 0. I think that's highly unlikely.
and plus it seems like enforcers just throw their scan grenades when they have even some basic level of suspicion, not by default.
Okay, so that guard is patrolling. He's going to see. Yeah, he's going to see Draco. So I will ambush him. I don't like ambushing guards this early on, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Alright, and with Central, I'm thinking about sprinting. I'm sprinting through the middle of the room so I won't be hurt. And I will get her to about there, closing the door behind me.
I find it weird that you can't essentially sprint for one part and walk for the last little bit.
So something bad happened. Um, this guard heard Central, so this ambush is not going to be effective. But Central does have a biogenic dart, and the one thing I like to do with any programs or things on cooldown is use them sooner rather than later, because they will eventually cool down. Whereas if like I use them reactively, I can't. It's I guess it's more a psychological thing than an actual like thing. So I'm going to go into Overwatch. The guard is going to
It's
drop here, which is fine because then we
Mhm.
can drag him into this little alcove, which is a good place to for him to wake up.
And that other camera is still deactivated, so yeah, should be fine.
The only problem I see here is if a guard comes through here and spots Central, then Central goes into Overwatch and hits him instead, or if a guard comes through here. That would be hugely problematic.
Actually, the biggest problem would be if the guard came through the door. Then
Uh,
there's nothing that can be done.
this door right here.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, just in case, let's have Draco on Overwatch. I don't like the idea of using the drilling dart just for like a possible emergency guard, but it'll have to do. Oh dear.
One thing that... Oh no, it's fine. One thing that I wonder is the the thermal disruptor. It has it has a reasonably hefty power cost. It's very good for what it does. What I find funny is that it also has a cooldown, and it makes me wonder if that wasn't part of some crazy infinite combo in alpha.
So the interesting thing about the thermal disruptors, and these have been introduced in the contingency plan DLC, is they're the sort of midpoint between power disruptors and neural disruptors. So neural disruptors, their downside is the cooldown. Power disruptors, their downside is power. Right? Thermal disruptors are sort of the in between, and they specialize in armor piercing. Right? Um, and they're sort of flexible, right? Because like if you stun somebody that doesn't have armor, it still works. It doesn't cost you any power. If you stun somebody with armor, it costs you power per point of armor that they have. So they definitely have that going for them. But I feel that like while they are more flexible, they I think so these are on a 3 turn cooldown. What is the neural disruptor on? Neural
Two.
disruptor is on a 4 turn cooldown, but it knocks out a guard for 3 turns, whereas thermal disruptor only knocks them out for 2. So they are lacking in KO damage where they are flexible on both other ends.
Ah, okay.
So Central's gonna use a paralyzer, drag this guard over here, set him down, and grab the safe. And yeah, we are now over 1K in credits, so we should be good. There's a guard over here. Since that's a central room, that feels like a server room. Like that feels like a good candidate for a server room. But there's this like little door over here that's a little bit suspect. Alright, let's have Draco. Daemon database, we're definitely gonna put Parasite
That
on
was a
that.
very good find.
Indeed. And
Oh,
more power for us. What do you know? The exact amount that we need. So this path is blocked off. That guard didn't have a passkey on him, so we will head back. And I think we will. This guard should probably come back out there, and that'll allow Draco to move to this position. This door is annoying because you can't ambush anyone through it.
Mm, why not?
So if you set somebody up to ambush, so if you set somebody up to ambush here, right, the person that's coming through that door will not get ambushed because there's this corner, right? If you set somebody up to ambush here, you're leaving that the ambush person in like free
In the open.
in the open. If you set somebody to ambush here, then you will be able to ambush the person that comes directly through this door. But then you are now out in the open for anybody else in that room. So that is a particularly nasty door. Okay, so I'm going to use the leapfrog technique, I think. Peek. Excellent.
Oh,
Alright, so we're gonna set a parasite on it, and then this parasite will go down. It'll tell us what's on there. I probably should not have put the parasite. I probably should not have put that parasite. Okay, if it's validate,
is it possible that you've hit a validate sometime in the final mission in the normal campaign?
well, in the normal campaign they have countermeasures, which is like the seriously like crazy version of validate, which is, hey, we're gonna validate every turn, and you're like, what?
Oh my god. And the final mission is already full of very
I knew
tanky
it.
guards.
I knew it. I knew this. Oh no! Goddamn cat. Oh
I
no!
like how this acknowledges that cats will take over the internet.
Well, of course, cats have already taken over the internet.
Mhm.
So this is Chitin. Chitin is one of the new daemons, and Chitin is particularly annoying because all guards get +1 armor, and I don't think Chitin times out.
Wait, Chiton as in the bug carapace?
Yes.
Carapace?
As in Chitin played me. So yeah, this is annoying. Okay, so this is the version that times out. In expert for the campaign in contingency plan DLC, one of the alarm levels is they install Chitin indefinitely, and that is particularly annoying to get around.
Oh wow. Wait, does that even work on the Omni guards that draw their strength from the collective firewall?
Yep.
Is there an upper limit to the armor?
Nope.
Oh my god, that's cruel.
Yeah. So we have two interesting options here: Data Blast, which I'm a huge fan of. It's really cool, and Wildfire.
Mhm.
Wildfire is not necessary in our current build, but we do have these options. I'm not going to buy any because we have a server farm to check out.
Wait. Data Blast costs 2, right?
It costs 3.
Ah, damn, if only you had a higher dynamo, it would be essentially free once a turn.
The problem with Data Blast is, doesn't it have a cooldown? No, it does not have a cooldown. Oh wow.
No, it's just power intensive.
Yeah, that's
And
really cool.
even then, not so bad.
Yeah. Well, okay, so it's a 3 for 1, but then if you're hacking multiple things, it becomes automatically like more efficient. Okay, so we have this guard coming through with a bit of so we'll need to take that. We'll need to take out that guard. The paralyzer has not come back yet. This guard is coming back up in 4 turns. So I'm gonna have Draco head in there, and I'm gonna install a parasite for now because it'll take us 2 turns to get there. So we'll be good on that front. And I really hope nobody comes through here. I really, really hope that. Oh, there's another safe.
We haven't heard any sound cues, so we should be fine.
We did. There was a pulse drone hanging around. There's a safe which I'm gonna have like maybe Central get if we need to, but I'm gonna have her check out this spot. Okay, nothing too suspicious. Okay, that's suspicious. So
There we go.
yeah, so that's the pulse drone. So the pulse drone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's gonna miss central like barely. We can take control of it next turn, unless we can trade. So this is a 1 power console. Okay, we'll be going down 1 power, but I think it's better if we take control of it now, because it'll give central the net downlink boost, and she can grab the power. And we'll have this pulse drone scout ahead and find us an exit, because we've already found ourselves a thing to go on. And close the door, because of course. That's
Well,
about.
the pulse drone has more mobility than the camera drone.
Yeah, so that's the main threat of the pulse drone, is that it goes into a room, right? Then at the beginning of the next turn, it'll do its pulse, and then it'll move again, right? It also cannot be distracted, unlike the camera drone.
Ah.
Right. That's one of the, I think, new little like properties. Okay, so we have this thing going on here. All right, so our run strength's at 6, so we're not going to break anything with that, but we're going to put a nice little bug on it. You know what? Put a nice little bug here. Noise, Jay Riley, or Noise, will be very proud of us.
And then, so we're essentially nominating Monster for Aesop Spawn Shop of the Year.
Yeah, I think. Well, he's not as like crazy as Aesop Spawn Shop. Okay, so we knocked out this card here. It's a flak guard. Flak guard, heavy armor 1, adaptive hardening. Every time they're KO'd or alerted, its armor increases by 1. Wow, this must be one of the new ones.
Yeesh.
That's nasty.
Wait, wouldn't that make the armor less flexible?
Yeah, but it like turns into like a tank. Like I feel like it should like come in with like a movement penalty or something to be nice and thematic.
Exactly.
But you know, like crazy spy future stuff. Yada yada.
Hmm.
Okay, so this camera is gonna come online. Do I care about that camera? I can move out of this room. The problem is this guard. This guard is patrolling back and forth, and I think I can. I don't wanna stun this guard because it's a flat guard, and yeah, once it goes beyond 2 armor piercing, I cannot deal with him. So I am gonna move central.
I would say that since you already have a lot of parasites out, and since you're only at alarm level 1, you should just wait a turn for the cost to go way down, and then you can just you can just take out the camera, because Central is at the moment in no immediate danger from his patrols.
Okay, so we're gonna lose the camera drone next turn. I do believe the exit should be around here, because the one place that we haven't checked is here, and I don't think. Central,
That's one thing.
Central is safe where she is now, but I feel like I should push ahead, because I don't see any. There's probably a door here, but that door rarely leads out to the exit. There's a blowfish here, so we're not gonna hack that ever.
That's incredibly scary. Yeah.
Yeah. So this comes down next turn, which is nice, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Draco sprint, buy the thing, sprint back. Then Cat is gonna do horrible things, and we'll have to deal with that. Okay, so I'm gonna move central here, because then the camera cannot see her. Well, I guess the camera can't see her if she's up here, either. Yeah, okay. Move central here and peek. Okay, doesn't see anything. This guard will come out here. Yeah, and my paralyzers on 3 turns. So I think what's gonna happen is guard's gonna come out here. I'll move central behind the console. Then guard's gonna move back here, and I'll have central. I think move here or here, one of the two.
Right, but you also need to rehack the droid.
Droid is gonna come. Droid's gonna go down one and then back up. Yeah, you are correct. I do have enough power though. I have the power.
Unlimited power! I didn't see that until right now.
And with that, I'll end turn.
That's... Oh god. Let's hope the console protects you. There we go. You know, I was just thinking about that why isn't there a guard protecting the server farm? But then my brain thought, no, you're actually thinking about the detention center.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. My brain, you were being silly. No, I wasn't.
Why are you talking to yourself?
I have no idea.
Okay, so we got a smorgasbord here. There are a ton of programs I've never seen before. So we got Lockpick 1.0, which is it's Lockpick. We have Ping, which I love a lot. Ping is great. Brimstone, which is useful for synergy with Central, but I don't like its ratio. Cycle. All power is cleared each turn. Auto-generate large power. That is so weird.
But it's only 3 power, so
But no,
what
no,
is
no.
up with that?
If you combine Cycle with Emergency Drip, then each turn you gain 8 power. Right?
Oh. Technically, but emergency drip isn't it on... No, 6 power, because emergency drip is 3, right?
Is it 3 or is it 5?
I think 3.
Okay, so yeah, 6. So it's not as... It's still pretty cool.
It only activates under 5 power. Emergency drip.
Okay. Activates
so
under
maybe
5
that's what you're
plus...
thinking about.
Yeah, activates under 5 gives 3. So yeah, with that combo would give you like 6 power each turn, which is more than like anything. Like because you basically
that's
have...
still fantastic.
Yeah. It Cycle is like the Nasir of... And by the way, viewers, we're talking about this card game called Netrunner that we play. I'm sorry if you're completely lost. I'll talk about this. I'll talk about it sometime. But yeah, Cycle is like the Nasir of power.
Fun fact. The developers at Clay actually mentioned that Netrunner is one of the biggest inspirations for this game.
Yeah. Shade is really cool as well.
It's the Decker Icebreaker.
I guess it is. It's not really icebreaker. It's more of a support kind of thing. Because it reduces their sight line, which could be pretty useful for sneaking around places. Hammer?
Oracle's...
Hammer is good because hammer is just like boom. And
Yes.
right now we have a drip breaker, we have a like standard breaker so to speak, and then we have hammer.
Well, one possible idea. Oracle is pretty good, but I'm not sure if it would be... Well, technically it synergizes nicely with Parasite, right?
Oracle? No, Oracle synergizes well with Seed, which we do not have.
So, technically, the problem is it's very... Even though Hammer is very expensive, you don't get as... So 3 out of... no, sorry. 3 out of 5 times, Mercenary is gonna give you a better rate than Hammer, right? Let's say you'll use it only once per turn. But at the same time, Hammer's cost does not go up consistently.
So
Although,
this is pretty difficult. So I either choose ping because ping is ping and ping is amazing. Um,
yes.
I want to try shade um, because I think shade works well with my whole like don't stun anyone plan. Um, but we saw data blast earlier, and I feel that in our rig, data blast is going to be the thing that completes it.
So, yes, but the thing that we don't use as much has been mercenary, right?
Well, no, like we use mercenary pretty often, right? We get at least each turn. We get at least 3 uses of mercenary, which is fine because parasite takes care of the rest. Um, so the reason I'm not gonna choose ping is because we have crybaby, right? And even though ping is more like global, right? Crybaby is typically enough in terms of like what we need from like distractions.
Good point.
I'm not gonna get shade. Shade is really good though. Is it though? I don't know. Like I've never tried shade. I feel like
But is it for?
Data blast is the
But is
right.
it permanent?
No, it's a 2 turn thing, but it costs 1 power. Like 1 power.
No, no. I mean, uh, how long do they stay with the reduced sight? That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. So I think it's 1 turn that it reduces sight range, and then it's a 2 turn cooldown. It costs 1 power to activate, dude. Like,
But still, in if you're in the final mission where you have to sneak through the Omni guards, uh, or when Omni starts showing up in endless mode, or when we go to a to the 180 degrees sight guard, that reduced sight could be like an entire difference in speed, right?
absolutely. It also helps with like stationary guards because those guys are completely obnoxious. Um, so I could do one thing. I could sell Abacus, get Shade and Data Blast. But
Abacus gives you a little more starting power, right?
yeah, so it gives me 4 more starting powers. I would start at 10, which would make Mercenary a lot less viable. But if I'm getting Shade and Data Blast, right, and also my team is equipped to siphon as much stuff from consoles as they can, I
Mm-hmm.
can tough it out for the first 2 turns, and then when Dynamo comes online, I'm good.
Mm, you mean the first 2 alarm levels?
Yes, sorry, not turns, alarm levels.
Yep. Essentially, it while the base difficulty is at its current state, that should be fine. But as soon as you hit a difficulty in which Blowfish fires automatically, it means you'll only be able to do that at alarm level 4.
No,
No, wait,
when Blowfish 2.0,
Dynamo.
Dynamo triggers automatically, so like Abacus is not helping out all that much.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, sounds like an excellent plan.
It's kind of sad because Abacus has done like so much work, but you will be remembered, Abacus.
As the not quite calculator.
Excellent.
The server's been compromised and the site's automatic security measures are coming online. Watch out for new daemons.
You know, one thing I find fascinating about this game is just to give everyone a little bit more context. MidBuilder has put about 100 hours into Invisible Ink, and I've only gotten into it very recently. Um, and Invisible Ink generates all the maps and challenges procedurally. But I think Clay has done a remarkably good job of making that both balanced and not, and the levels feel fresh, which is actually a very difficult undertaking. And even as I play, I try to look for general patterns, and I can't always notice them. I find it really interesting how, even though the system is so well crafted, that eventually players will get to the point where they will start seeing the small nuances of how the level is created.
Yeah, so for example, I was able to spot that that was a server room just from previous experience of playing different map topologies. Um, ooh,
And how the detention center door is always in the corner.
yeah. So Kaiser, it's looking like this guard is gonna be trouble, because this guard. Okay, so I need to on the turn that the guard goes here, I need to hack a bunch of things, because then okay, I hacked 3 things, which means I get a +6 AP, which means I can slip through. But then we have this one to worry about. I can deal with that then. Okay, so I'm gonna have Draco skedaddle out. Maybe grab this safe.
Wait, there's a camera that's still activated between you and that safe.
Nope.
That'll go down next turn.
Yep. Okay. Excellent. Okay, so Central has like 14 AP, which is actually like exactly what I want. Draco's gonna slip out for a bit of kip. Should I go get Data Blast first, or
Mm,
yeah?
I think it's best to get the safe because um, Data Blast is on the way, and the safe you can get without exposing yourself.
So this guard is gonna wake up next turn, I think.
Mhm.
Remember the guard that we stunned like way earlier?
Mhm.
Oh,
You know, it makes me wonder. Is it even possible to prematurely wake a guard with Medgel?
no. Oh, but on a podcast I was listening with Jamie Chang and James Lance, um, they talked about like so there was a technique that one of their programmers accidentally ran into, which was so he had one of his agents set up a shock trap, and then a guard came up behind them and was like, "Hey," and then the agent triggered the shock trap to play dead.
Oh.
So the agent was knocked out for 2 turns, right? Guard was like, "Oh, okay, nothing to see here," right? Goes off, and the agent wakes up, and like the fact that that was not intended, but it was emergent from the just the mechanics of the game, that is super cool to me.
Yes.
Okay, so this
That's
pulse
so
drone.
outside the box.
So I'm gonna need to hack this pulse drone, and I really, 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 really hope it's not validate.
Especially considering
Oh
Jolt.
no,
That's also not good.
this guard woke up 1 turn before I planned. And this guard is going to wake up next turn. That's bad. Not
Oh.
as bad as I thought it was going to be, but that's pretty bad. Okay, there's a bunch of safes. Let's just do.
The question is, in what direction will they start? Aha! Okay, good. So
Yeah, so they're going to
if
come.
validate happens, it's there.
So there's typically like 2 elevators on each level. So looking at this, like sort of just this floor plan. Yeah, so the elevator's not here, which means that the elevator is in this way, which means I need to get central that way.
I really hope they don't come hunting that way.
Yes, Falcon. Okay, so I'm gonna set, and we're gonna try shade. I hope central doesn't get completely screwed over.
She's ducking behind cover. She should be fine.
No. So there's a chance that the guard can come up here, turn, and see her.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He was too fascinated by the wall.
Dude, the walls are so interesting, though. Okay, so that was dumb. I should have put the parasite on this camera instead of that one. But it's fine. Let's move the pulse drone. Okay, so there are 2 doors going in there. Okay, so I think we're gonna have to abandon these. Just because it's way too risky to kind of go after them right now. Let's spend 6, which hurts, but we can recover. So grab that.
We have 12, so we should be fine.
Then head on that way. And then I grabbed the passkey of this guard. Yeah, we should be good. Then I'm gonna have Draco. I'm worried about this guard though. I'm gonna have him move out here. It's gonna leave him an open, and I really hope that guard doesn't see him. I probably shouldn't have done that. No, I should have let Central come up here, pick up Data Blast. Yeah, no, that was a mistake because this guard is gonna
he
wake
can't
up.
even run to safety.
He has a gun. He's good.
Good point. Oh, wouldn't that... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say, shouldn't you have put him in Overwatch to avoid raising an alarm for detection?
So we're gonna have a slight problem as the flak guard is gonna come out. We're gonna have to stun that flak guard again, which means his armor goes up by 1, which is bad.
For Central, that costs power. For Draco, that costs a non-renewable resource. Well, actually, an expensively renewable resource.
Yes. So I'm gonna have Draco just stun him again, because Draco gets his. Can he get a KO benefit off like the same guard twice? I don't know. Let's see.
No idea. I don't have contingency plan, so...
Okay. We will see.
Actually, I wish that the Invisible Ink wiki has some very... essentially, it has all the information that the game already presents you very nicely, but I wish more player input was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Although you can already get a lot of data from the Clay forums.
Yeah, I think the Clay forums are where most of the good discussion for Invisible Ink is happening at. Alright, so we are just gonna... Okay, so I'm actually gonna have Central move over, and so I'm gonna put this guard in this little alcove right here. And then I'm gonna have Central move over and then paralyze him before we move on, because I do not want to be dealing with a 2 armor guard that can keep armoring up. That is not how I like to spend a Sunday.
You know, I find it really interesting that you know how when an author runs out of ideas on how to explain something that makes no sense in fantasy, they say because magic.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't because nanotech the cyberpunk equivalent?
Not necessarily, because if you look at early cyberpunk, nanotech wasn't as big a factor. If you look at something like Metal Gear Solid, then nanomachines are the big explanation. Yeah, you can argue that. But, I mean, it's just like how in Star Wars, it's because of the Force.
Yes.
Yeah.
The good thing is there is some nanotech in the world of Invisible from what I can see, but they don't go ham with the concept.
You mean not Metal Gear Solid levels of ham?
Yeah, they still go at it to explain some of the tech that we don't have developed today, but they don't push it too far. It's still very tastefully done, so to
Mostly.
speak.
Most of the augment descriptions I've been sort of disappointed by. Like I love like for Deus Ex, right? Just how extensive like the background work was for the augment descriptions.
Hmm. Oh, that's actually so. When you buy the director's cut edition of Human Revolution in Serif's company, which is the first level of the game, they actually mentioned that they didn't know all this nanotech research, but the development team at Eidos was contacted by a longtime fan of uh, of Deus Ex, and he was working on nanotech research, or was it focused on prosthetics, and he provided a lot of the interesting lore for Human Revolution. And as a special as a special acknowledgement, a special thank you for a really excellent job, they made they gave him an office in the Surf Industries building, the big firm that in the game is the pioneer of controversy and nanotech and augmentation technology.
All right, so we have distributed processing here. This is actually a pretty great augment. Um, but Shock Trap 3. Oh yeah.
What does distributed processing do?
So every turn you have a 50% chance of gaining a power point. Um, which is just good. If you have like four of these running, you can potentially gain four power each turn. Um, but you'll probably gain like the median, which is like two. Um, but this is just good to like shore up our power stuff. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna grab distributed processing and trap 3. The shock trap is amazing. The shock trap ignores armor, and it has area of effect.
Which is one of the most helpful things that comes with Doctor Zoo right out of the box.
Yep, like Zoo already has a really strong ability, and he has shock trap. I think that's why when you get Zoo from a detention center, you're not as wowed with him. But oh, I can't afford getting both. Oh, that's
Nope. I thought you were going to sell something for it.
but everything is good.
I would say grab the shock trap, and we can go to the uh, augmentation facility next
Hmm.
and have a chance of finding that. But the shock trap is
Yeah,
way more precious.
but yeah, this mission largely went off without a hitch. I say
Yeah, super.
I say that now. Just watch.
uh, I don't think there's much guards can do at this point. You can still shoot them, and you're super close to the elevator.
Yeah, I'm just gonna play nice and careful.
Hmm.
Probably too careful. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, nice short run. We grabbed a few new programs.
Hmm.
Incognito have incorporated the new
Very, very stealthful, very efficient. There were some necessary knockouts at the beginning, but still the damage control was really well done.
Yeah, and so we lost Abacus, which is unfortunate, but we did gain Shade, which I hope is good, and Data Blast. And if Shade isn't good, we can sell it and grab Abacus again. Abacus
Hmm.
isn't too hard to find, but we're really poor right now.
But still, shock trap.
Yeah, Shock Trap. Shock Trap is like so worth it. So for Central's sort of outfit, probably give her a Shock Trap. Yeah, all of these are useful. If I had to lose one, probably the accelerated ship, but because we don't have Abacus anymore, I am pretty wary of losing that.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then, you know what? Yeah, give Draco Crybaby.
Yep, because they can essentially be an emergency button.
Yep.
Each one carrying one. Yep.
Alternative Draco's emergency button could be a flash grenade, and that's one heck of an emergency button.
Yes, but it's one use only.
This is true. Crybaby, you can even get it back from guards, things like that. Like it's pretty good. So yeah, we are very well kitted out. So if we ever, so now is about the time that we need to look for detention center missions. But next time, we will be going to Brazil again. Uh, we seem to just love going to Brazil. Um,
Yep.
yep. I think the weather's nice there or something. Um, but yeah, so until then, thank you very much for watching. I'm MythBuilder,
I'm Kaiser Finney.
and we're signing off. I think that's how you end it. We should have like a
Yep.
thing that we do at the end, or something like that. I don't know. I never.
Shadows hide you. Shadow hide you, operators.
Are you just like combining like Shadowrun and Invisible Ink and Netrunner, and we're just making this into like one amazing cyberpunk game?
Yes.
All right, sounds good to me. All right, see you guys next time.